Thank you to our superintendent who's here, the board directors who are here today with us, the parents and the community who've come to show support for our students. And Minneapolis Public Schools values the linguistic and cultural diversity of our students and families. The value we place on linguistic and cultural diversity is showcased in the various language programs we have in our school district. So far, we have about 11 language programs. Learning a second language gives insight into other cultures, which strengthens one's own cultural competency, and we know that in a globally interconnected world, these skills will be useful for our students and our families as well.
So thank you for coming out here today. This is a unique opportunity for us to recognize so many of our students and families. And I say students and families because this probably wouldn't be possible for many of the students if they did not have the support of the families in this endeavor of receiving this unique recognition. We're still celebrating students who speak many languages, languages such as Arabic, Chinese, French, Hmong, Japanese, Portuguese, Russian, Somali, Spanish, and Thai. And that is a fraction of the languages that are spoken in our district, but those are the languages that we're recognizing students for being so highly proficient in here today. These students have taken and passed the Minnesota Bilingual Seal and World Language Proficiency Test. And when I asked a couple of students what that required of them, it required not only learning the language, but then it required 3 to 4 hours of having to read, write, and speak in the language. So for students being willing to even take that on top of all the learning that has happened is pretty remarkable. We had over 1,000 students take the test, and 870 are being awarded the seal here today. And that number is the largest number in the state of Minnesota. So congratulations to our students and families. So in addition to getting the seal, the students will also have that recognized on their diploma. But another important point to note is that Minnesota is the only state that through legislative law guarantees college credit for award recipients at state colleges. So as your child or as you as a student are looking to continue your education in a state college, you can actually receive credit for having this seal already. And that means no class you have to take to do that, and probably a reduced cost in receiving that as well.
It means a lot. Those of us who speak more than one language, and I'm sure that those of you who are here, I can say that certainly you are here because of you either speak another language or your loved one speaks here. So congratulations for the students who successfully completed the coursework. And this is about not only learning the language, but it's also honoring the cultures that comes with the language. Every language, whenever you learn a new language, also you learn a new culture. So congratulations, and I want to also thank the families, because without parents, this would have not been possible. Minneapolis Public Schools is a great institution. We are trying our best to make sure that we go above and beyond, and this is a testimony that you see today.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ray Aponte. I'm the principal of South, and I'm with my colleague, Mercedes. And I start in Spanish because I'm proud of my language, but when I went to high school and elementary school, they told me that I could not speak Spanish. You need to speak English. That's all I could do, right? If I spoke Spanish or communicated with somebody in Spanish, then I got in trouble, and then my dad would have to come, and he could barely speak English. My mom wouldn't dare come into school, right? So here I am, trying to kind of like figure out who I am. So I'm really excited to be here in front of you today, because I look around and I see brown children and black children and white children that can communicate in more than one language. And like the superintendent said, you're so valuable.
My name is Ayumi Stockman. I am the World Languages Content Specialist with Minneapolis Public Schools. Thank you for joining us today. It is an honor to be able to host this wonderful ceremony and seeing so many of you came today. Thank you so much. So the Minnesota Bilingual Seals was registered in 2014. It has been such an amazing experience working with students, teachers, and other Minneapolis Public School staff. In the first year, we awarded about 470 students. That was in the 2014 and 15 school year. And then now, this past year, we had 1,200 students took the test. And we identified about 870 students this past year. So it is very exciting to see the numbers increase over the years. And I hope that this will continue. So before we proceed to recognize students, Minnesota Bilingual Seal has lots of important details.
After the move to Minnesota, I want to once again to change my situation because of the mistakes I had made. They have us in the school now. I attend a PYC. Our error is not a mistake if you correct it. I started to correct my past mistakes at my new school. I think if it wasn't for PYC, I wouldn't be where I am today. They guide and support me as I learn English. And this time is a focus on school. I have also progressed in English because of my stepdad and my mom, who have motivated me to do well in school. Lastly, as an immigrant, I wanted to show that I deserve to stay in this country. Here's a message that I would like to leave with you. Know the value of understanding other languages and cultures. Anyone can do it. And keep learning more languages. First of all, multiple languages expand the mind and give you new points of view. What adds to your life is endless. Intelligence, wisdom, curiosity, tranquility, books, movies, music, courage, confidence, and much, much more. Languages will open your world, and we will have a great chance of being happy more and diverse friendships. You might even find your soulmate. What if she or he is somewhere else in the world? Languages are so important. When we speak another person's language, we have more compassion and empathy for him or her. Learning language is like a soup. We are adding the season of cultures to our life soup. Sprinkling some adventure in capoeira from Brazil, sapateado from Spain, and the opportunity in the United States, you will change your soup to something new. Even when we think we see it all, we haven't. Learning new languages means living more, learning more, developing more. Secondly, anyone can do it. Look at me. I am doing well in school, and even though there are words that I don't understand, I still can find a solution. There will always be a way. There is a code that motivates me a lot.